Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Happy New Year to you all. I hope you guys are all having a great day and are happy, healthy, and cheers to the new year. I'm excited to be here today, and I thank you so much for clicking on this video. I hope you enjoy this tutorial. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to make a heart. This is a smaller size heart. I also just wanted to say thank you so much for all of your support. I never thought I was going to have 800 followers, which is lovely. But I do want to see my channel grow. Not basically just because I really enjoy it. I really enjoy hearing from other people and what they would like to see next, or that they tried a project and it worked for them. So I like the feedback, good or bad. You know, I'm learning too. I'm fairly new at this actually, but I just absolutely love it, and having fun getting feedback from both my Etsy sales and just local customers too. You know, there's pros and cons about Etsy, and there's a lot of fees involved in there, but all in all, so far, my experience has been pretty good. Well, should we talk about this channel, what we're going to be doing in 2026? I'm hoping to at least get 2 videos in a week, if not 1 a week for sure. I have a long list of projects to share with you guys, and not only just projects or tutorials, just reviews on different types of yarns and tips and just a load of stuff. And I know that you guys can find it on so many other YouTube channels and TikTok. I'm not a fan of TikTok. I do have a TikTok account, but I'm not a huge fan of it. I don't know. I just feel like YouTube. I don't know. I enjoy YouTube a lot more than I do TikTok. That's usually when I go to look for something on how-tos or just to look something up. I go to YouTube. I know a lot of people choose TikTok, and maybe it's just my age because I'm older. I don't know. But yeah. So with all that being said, let's get to it. Let's make this cute little heart pillow. All right. So we are going to need some supplies today. I'm going to be using this red yarn from Hobby Lobby, Yarn Me Eternal Bliss Red. Recommendation, if you're using red, navy blue, black, I always pre-wash. I'm not doing it today because I can just wash the pillow. But if you're using the yarn to make a blanket, and you're using other colors, especially lighter colors, red or white, you definitely want to make sure you pre-wash the yarn before you use it, because I did have one blanket and that bled through onto the white, and it was not fun. It turned pink, and that's not what I'm going for. So make sure you wash your reds. You'll need scissors and some polyfill. These hearts are a lot of fun to make. I actually like making pillows, period. I do have a round pillow tutorial on my tutorial list on my channel. What we're going to do is we are going to make a slip knot, and from that slip knot we are going to add another loop, like so. So let's do that one more time. We're going to make a slip knot. Okay, so there's your slip knot. And from that slip knot, we're going to do an increase. So we are going to kind of pull our working yarn through this little hoop here and create another loop. So now we have 2 loops, and we're going to go ahead and knit those 2 loops. Okay. Now we're going to do a increase in the between these 2 loops. You can find right here between the 2 loops. You're going to go ahead and pull the yarn through. So now you have three loops. Okay, we're going to knit this loop right here, and we're going to knit all the way back over here. Okay, and then we are going to knit this one, and we're going to start doing increases. So what we'll do is we will add an increase at the end of each row, and then we will knit 1 row regularly. So we're going to go ahead and do an increase here. So we will now have 4 loops, and we're going to go back through like so. Okay, and all right, so now here we are going to do an increase here and an increase here. So pull your working yarn through, knit, knit, and here comes our other increase. Right between these 2 loops, we're going to make another loop. And then knit. Okay. You can see we're starting to get our V shape going. Right, so now we're going to knit all the way back. Okay, and we're going to do another increase. In between these 2 loops here, and then knit, knit, knit. You want to make sure you are keeping your knits very tight. You want to make sure, that you're knitting very tightly because you don't want polyfill to show through. Okay, so here we go, another increase and a knit. Okay, we're going to knit back over all the way through. Okay. And you can see that our side panel is nicely braided. That's what we want. Okay. So let's see where we're at. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. We might do two more, maybe 2 or 3 more. I'm gonna see how long we go, the lengthwise. All right. So we're going to knit. Oops. Yeah, knit, increase, knit, 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 oops, knit, increase, knit. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I think we are going to do one more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Okay, we're going to do one row of regular stitching now. And then on our way back, after our last row, we are going to start making the heart shape. So this is what I mean. We're just going to go all the way back to the left. One more knit. Like so. Okay. And now we are going to make our heart center. So we'll have the shape of the heart. Okay. So we are going to ignore this. We're going to stick with these 5 loops right here. And we are just simply going to knit these 5 loops. Remember to knit tightly. I'm thinking I'm going to go 4 rows up. But let's see. I always try to stick to a pattern, but I don't know. Sometimes, depending on the yarn, depending on my mood, depending on how tight I'm knitting, I might change it, but I try to stick to a pattern. If you're doing this for the first time and you're kind of freehanding it, I would definitely write down what you're doing, because we are going to be doing 2 panels. So this is the first one, then we're going to do a second one, and we're going to tie them together. So you want to make sure they're both the same size. So keep that in mind. Okay. Let's see. Let's go one more time. Let's go back. I think that's going to be good. Yeah, that's going to be good. We'll have the closing up there. Yeah, okay. So what we're going to do next is close off this side. So just like you would do with a blanket, you're going to take these 2 stitches. We're going to decrease now, okay, and close off this heart only on one side. So you're going to take your 2 loops, grab your working yarn, 2 loops, working yarn, pull through the 2 loops, 2 loops, working yarn, pull through both of the loops, like so. Okay, and then we have one more loop. Here we go. Okay, so we have that side. You can see that it's forming. Okay, now we are going to give it a cut. Take your tail, put it through the last loop, and pull tightly. Okay, so that's the first side of the heart. And now we are going to continue on this side of the heart and go up, just like we did on this one. So we're going to start at the side here, and you're simply just going to take your yarn and make a loop like that. And then continue pulling your working yarn through loops. Just like so. And we're going to do the same amount of rows as we did the last one, which was 4. And then we closed it up. So we're going to go, it's kind of loose, but we will keep going. Okay. And then go back there. And then we're going to close off. Okay, let's close off. Same thing as the other side. 2 loops. Pull the yarn through. 2 loops. Pull the yarn through. You can see we're closing off. We're getting that same nice braid. 2 loops. Two loops. Cut. And close off. Okay. So there we have it. We have our heart. It'll take shape once we have the back side to it and we start filling it up with polyfill. But that's what we're going with. So I am going to go ahead and do the second panel now. We're going to do exactly the same thing. Okay. We're going to do our slip knot like so. Okay. From your slip knot right here, kind of where the tail, you're going to make another loop. So now you kind of have like a pretzel shape. Okay. We're going to go ahead and knit. Okay. And then we're going to increase. Now we have 3. Knit. Knit. Okay. And we're going to do this until we get to 10 loops, just like we did on the other one. Knit. Increase. Knit. Okay. And knit all the way through. Sorry if I went off camera for a second there. Okay, so now we're going to increase here and here. And then we're going to knit all the way through. And then we're going to increase right here. right here. Okay, now we're just gonna go ahead and go all the way through. So we have 10. I am going to go one more time going this way, and then we're going to do our split and start building up. Okay, here we go. Let's compare the spot. So you want to take the bottom of this heart to the middle of this heart. And yes, that's where we need to stop. So basically, you just want to make sure that it's the same length. Okay, so we're going to split now. We're going to do 4 up and then tie off. Remember, small, tight knits if you can, best that you can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can also use like little clips to help you remember like where you start and stop. But I do use them sometimes. Sometimes I don't. Today I'm not. Okay, I think we'll go one more time and then close off this side of the heart. Let's see. How is the length? Let's match it up. And if we do that, I want to go one more. And then close off. Okay. 2 loops, pull string through, 2 loops, pull the working yarn through, 2 loops, your working yarn through. Okay, here we go. Double check, triple check, because you don't want 2 different size panels, because when you go to stitch them together, it'll be a bit wonky. We're good. Okay. We're going to cut, pull through, and there we go. Work on our other side now. Okay, so you're just going to pull yarn through like so. Go ahead and start going up. Okay, for the next portion of this video, I am going to just do a voiceover. There was too much noise with my dog going on. He was very antsy that day. So right now I'm just checking to make sure that the 2 panels of the heart are the same length. That's always important to check that. You don't want one panel to be bigger or longer or shorter than the other. Otherwise, when you go to connect them, it's not going to work out very well. So now we're going to go ahead and close out that side of the heart. Basically, you're just grabbing the 2 loops, pulling the yarn through, 2 loops, pulling the yarn through, all the way down to the end. There we go. Now we're just going to snip and put the tail in through the last loop there. And it looks like we're just about ready to start attaching the 2 panels together. But first we gotta put away all the tails. So there's a couple of ways you can do it. You can burn the ends of the tails and kind of push it through the other portions of the heart, or you can just weave it through, which is what I'm doing here. No one's going to see the inside of it, so you can tie a knot and just weave it through. But for the sake of time on this video, I just chose to go ahead and just weave it through the rest of the loops, and I did that on both panels. And then you could actually turn your heart this side and make that the front of your pillow, which is the purl stitch. But I chose to go ahead and use the front of the heart, the regular knit stitch, for the pillows. So as you can see, I'm just weaving the tails through. I'm going to do it on the other panel too. And really, there's so many ways you can even do this heart. But I chose this method today, using the 2 panels and then stitching them together. I just like the way it turns out, and I like the nice border on the side, and plus you can change out your border if you do it this way. Alright, looks like we're almost done there with the tails. And then we will get ready to put 2 panels together. One of my favorite parts of doing this heart. Alright, here we go. That's the last one being woven through. So now we're just double checking, making sure everything fits. It's all correct length. They match up. Very important. Otherwise you end up with a wonky heart. Okay, now we're just going to take our yarn and find a starting part on the heart to push the working yarn through the loops. So you're going to kind of find a spot, and then you just push the yarn through, and you're going to make a loop. Using your working yarn. There you go. Push it through, and then there's your first loop. And now you're going to grab the 2 outer loops, and push your working yarn through. And then you're going to pull your other loop through, and that's how you're going to start closing off the heart. That is how you attach them together. So grab 2 loops, push the yarn through, loop goes through the other loop, and there you go. Find your next 2 loops, push through, yarn goes through the other loop, and you can start to see that the border is going to be forming here in a minute. So you're just basically grabbing the loops from the outside of the heart, and then you're pushing your working yarn through, and then grabbing the other loop, putting it through, and closing out the heart. There, you can see it's forming a nice braid. At this point, we are going to go ahead and fill up our heart with polyfill. You're almost done. So that first one that I showed you guys, the pink one, that one, I believe I did 8, excuse me, I did 8 loops on the first one, the pink one. And this one we did 10. So this one's going to be a slightly wider. Not by much. Okay. Once we get it all sewed up, we can fluff it out the way we want it. Just a tad bit more. Okay. I think that's good. Good for now. All right. Okay. We are going to carry on closing up this heart, and I will be back when we're done. You're we're down to the last loop here. We're just going to pull right there and then pull it through like so. Tight. Okay. Gotta kind of fluff it about here. Get it to the shape you like. The border looks good. Okay. I'm just gonna tuck this in. Like so. There we go. And there we go. There is our red heart. So this is the red heart. This one was we did 10 loops, and this one we did I did 8 on. So you can kind of see the difference there. And just one other thing, I think I mentioned this in the beginning of the video. If you wanted to, you could do this part right here, the border, like when you're combining both panels, you could use any color you want to do that with, and then even in between, if you want to add some stripes in here, you can do color changes within the heart. All right, everybody, that ends our tutorial for today. This is my son right here. As you can see, he's taller than me. Anyways, yes, so I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. These hearts make a great gift. Go with a box of chocolates for Valentine's Day. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share out. I do truly appreciate you guys. Have a great day. Happy New Year's, and we'll see you on the next time.
Bye.
Peace. Bye.